It's like your dog. I've made notes. Okay. Hello.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Travis. We need your form filled out.
Right. Hi,
Sort
Travis.
of, you're sort of a.
The form, we got a couple yes, nos in there that we didn't see, so maybe you can help us during the meeting.
Oh,
We'll work through it. All right.
yeah, I amended that anyway.
Okay.
You amended it. Did you give it to Whitney?
Got some hard
Sure
copies?
did, so.
You got hard
It's
copies
gonna be a
though?
mess.
Yeah, you can walk up hard copy. And then if you're uncomfortable, we've got another meeting too. We can, you said, so we're fine. We got time. We checked the date, you're good.
All that stuff needs to be filled out.
You got plenty of time. You got in here early, Travis. Huh? It was tight. I could read it. Good job. All right.
Well, you can give one to Diane and one
Yeah.
to Jeff, please.
Insurance,
We just need to respond. Just tell us what it
So make sure you check all those boxes up above, okay?
is. He did. He's working on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You just drop it over the, oh, I can
Right here,
take it.
right
I'll
here.
give her one, this extra.
Okay.
Scott, you want one?
All right, good morning. If you'd all rise, we'll start this morning's October 18th Board of Works meeting, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Be seated. Before we take a look at the minutes, I'll note that George Clemens is absent today.
All right, thank you.
We'll go to,
It is noted.
first item here is the approval of the minutes from October 4th. Diane?
Mr. Mayor, they look correct to me, so I'd make a motion that we approve the minutes as submitted.
I will second the motion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thanks, Diane. Again, welcome, everybody. Good morning. It's Friday. Beautiful morning. A little chilly, but man, like the sun out. We'll go to reports oral and written. We have an adjustment for the month. I don't see Darnell or Rebecca here, but it looks like one item, a broken water heater, Diane. There's an
Yeah.
adjustment.
Looked like that could have been a mess.
Depending on where that water heater
Yeah,
was, it might have
that's
been.
got- There it is.
So yes, I would acknowledge that this is a good move.
Again, once again, I really appreciate this board being neighborhood friendly as we deal with some of these unique events connected to sewage and water collection. I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. No unfinished business. That takes us to new business. Receiving of sealed bids, Prairie and Lake Street storm improvements.
Yep.
Aaron?
Yeah, I'll be up here for all three of the bid openings. So first one on your agenda is Prairie and Lake Street stormwater improvements. That was done as a public bidding opportunity to evaluate the project. There should just be a single base bid that you're looking
A
for.
base bid, thank you. I'll have you help me if I can.
And we received one bid from G&G Hauling.
Aaron, was there an engineer's quote as to what we're looking for on this?
Yeah, we will, if we have an awardable contract, we will release our engineers estimate.
Okay.
Okay, this is from G&G Hauling. And total unit price base bid, $387,404.35. That's $387,404.35. And this is from G&G Hauling. And there weren't any others?
Nope, just the one.
Okay. Give that to
What
Diane.
would
You have,
request with this is that we take this under advisement, allow our engineering firm, Westland, to review the bid as well as our office. And if we have a recommendation of award, we would come back to the next meeting. Well, we'll come back to the next meeting with it either way and let you know if we have a recommendation of award for the contract.
Okay, so I'd recommend then that we table this and take it under advisement to be concluded next meeting at unfinished business.
I'll second that. Any further comments, Aaron? No?
I do not.
Okay, thank you. Call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Next item is a request for quotes, Petro Drive water main extension. Aaron?
Yes, so the Petro Drive Water Main Extension is a redevelopment commission project that we sent out for request for sealed quotes on this per the statute that allows us to do that process based on the value of the project. We invited 3 contractors known to deal in the works to provide quotes. I believe we received 1 quote.
We did, we received one quote from G&G Hauling. They're the quarters of the day. Aaron, could you check to see, I don't think I turned that microphone on. Oh, I'll check it here in a second. Thanks, Justin.
This is from
We heard you fine.
G&G Hauling,
Yeah, we're good.
and the total bid is $84,702. G&G Hauling, Petro Drive water main extension, $84,702. This is the only one then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Same recommendation, Aaron, on this
Well,
one?
actually, this one, we're just using this forum to open it in a public setting. The redevelopment commission will consider this one for the award.
Okay, so what type of action do you need from us, just that we've
I
accepted it?
don't know that I needed any action, actually.
Why don't you just move that we've accepted it?
I'll just move that we've accepted the opening of this bid for this project to be referred to the redevelopment commission.
Thank you, Diane. I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Aaron. That'll take us to item 3, request for quotes, Thomas Park and Pike Lake
This is one I'm personally excited about.
shoreline restoration.
Item 3, yes, I'm excited to be presenting to you another shoreline restoration. It's a stormwater, a city stormwater project. And so what I'm looking for this one is we open bids and we would then to hopefully make a motion to take them under consideration for an award. I don't think we need to try to do that right here. I'd rather review them a little closer.
Oh, so we have another one from G&G.
Okay?
You'll be looking for two separate base bids here. We separated the bid for the fire, what we call it, the fire station part on Pike
Pike Lane
Lake.
Shoreline,
Yeah.
Pike Lake Shoreline.
The Pike Lake shoreline,
At
and
the
then another's
Fireman's
on the
Building, yeah.
Kiwanis Park shoreline of Winona Lake Channel.
This is the one for Mike. Okay. And then the total. Thank you very much. Okay, the first one, base bid for Pike Lake. Again, this is from G&G Hauling, Pike Lake, $51,451. That's $51,451. Base bid for the Wanna Park. This again is from G&G Hauling, $69,569.10. That's $69,569.10. The total for these two, $121,020.10. That's $121,020.10.
What, the first one you read off the $51,000, that was for?
Pike Lake.
Pike Lake, okay, thanks.
Make a motion that we take this under advisement and refer it to the engineers and stormwater department.
I'll second that. Any further comments, Aaron?
No, I do not.
Thank you. Call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thanks, Aaron. Work on this. Lynn, are you good?
That's a loaded question. Yeah, sure.
Good, all right, good. Next item is a road closure request from the Kosciuszko County Republican Party. Mike Reagan, I don't see him here. This would be for this Saturday. Event time start is 1 p.m. The end time is 2:15. And road closure start time would be 10 a.m. And the road would open at 3 p.m. This is the Center Street from Buffalo to Lake. I do believe that they'll have a stage over by Republican headquarters near Lake Street and Center. But the request, Diane, is from Buffalo to Lake on Center.
Well, this seems to be filled out properly and in order, so I would make a motion that we accept this request for road closure.
Second your motion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you. Road closure request. The Turkey Trot, Gore Road, Warsaw. Travis, thank you, sir. We have some hard copies here.
Yes, sorry for the last minute change. So we're wanting to bring back a turkey trot to the community here locally, this time downtown Warsaw. So Rogue Warsaw and Main Street Warsaw, we're working together at this. The idea is to help drive traffic on Black Friday downtown and have a good time. Originally, I'd given you the prior 5K route from that we did in St. Patty's Day. We've looked at this and we're actually going to do a shorter route to try and make it more friendly for families and everybody to come out that are going to be in town for Thanksgiving. So it's just a little less than a mile. This is basically a loop starting around the courthouse that goes over to Miami Street, which is the Gateway Grove edition, and then back on Center Street. I've already spoken with Captain Beam, as well as the volunteer radio folks that helped out last time, and then Terry Sweeney and Keith Sampson with Cloud9. And we're excited to bring this together. We're looking at possibly putting a little aid station maybe over by the Y, talking to the Y about that, or maybe G&G or somebody like that. But we wanted to come in and get the preliminary road closure. So the idea would be a partial lane closure all along the route to basically like make it more protected since there'll be kids and families involved. One lane would be fully open, maybe even more than a lane in some areas where there's parking spaces along the side. And then as to the closure between Main and Center, as I'm sitting here looking at this now, we could probably just use the City Hall parking lot and leave that open and just do a partial lane closure there too. That way nothing has to be fully closed.
So you want to stage it in the parking lot?
If that's okay. And then we can leave that open, it'd just be a partial lane closure then. It wouldn't even need to be much of one because we have the space around the courthouse there.
And I just have one more question that wasn't circled. Are you charging admission to this event?
Yes, we are going to charge admission. All proceeds would go to Main Street Warsaw for downtown development.
And it has a cost per person on here.
We haven't quite set on a specific amount, probably be $20 or less, probably less.
So can we approve it not to exceed? Or how do you do?
You're just approving the road closure, actually. I don't think you're approving what they charge or don't charge.
Okay, just whether or not they're, okay, all right.
And I'm looking at it says event closure date is on the 29th, which, if I'm looking at this right, that's a Friday.
That is Black Friday, yes.
That is a Friday.
It's the Friday after Thanksgiving.
And you're wanting use of this lot, you're saying, the city lot?
Yes,
Okay.
possibly. Or if not, them to close down Buffalo between Center
It's the
and
day
Main.
after Thanksgiving.
So we're
The city
good,
hall's closed that
all
day.
good, there's no
I
issue
can't
there.
guarantee what's gonna be in there,
Right.
what's not gonna be in there, but yeah, city hall's closed that day.
Thank you for your help there, good.
And you are going to try to leave part of it open so that the downtown merchants don't suffer from Black Friday, it being inaccessible for them.
This idea came from the rogue group of downtown merchants, so,
Okay.
Main Street Warsaw, so.
Okay. Great.
Travis, thanks for your efforts.
The idea is to try and convince people to stay in Warsaw instead of going to other
Exactly,
places.
because, and a lot of people drive out of town so they can run one of these, so I can see it would be advantageous.
And like we've talked before, I appreciate your efforts trying to put this kind of stuff together with others in the downtown, so thank you. And making these additions too, we appreciate it. Diane, any other questions?
No, I don't think so. So I'll make a motion that we approve the City of Warsaw road closure request as amended by the paper copy that we received.
I'll second that. Any further comments, Travis?
No, thank you much.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thanks, Diane.
Yep.
Up there, and Lynn. Appreciate it. We have a pay application, Warsaw Chemical. Whitney, thank you for filling in this morning. Good morning. What are we looking at here?
Okay, before you, you have a pay application in the amount of $12,209 to Lynn Douglas, and this is for the ongoing Warsaw Chemical groundwater cleanup, and it's being paid by the SRF loan. So once approved, Lynn will submit it to the state for payment.
Thank you, Whitney. Any questions, Diane?
Nope, I'll make a motion that we approve this pay application for Warsaw Chemical.
I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thanks, Whitney. HR Department, Denny, good morning to you. First item here, I think, is new hire and change in payroll report.
All right, on the new hire change in payroll report, we got 3 changes. Blake Deaton is our project inspector up in the engineering department. He's met his qualifying time at the engineer, and Aaron would like to give him a merit increase that will take him up to that amount that you see there.
That's amount per hour?
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Next one is a new hire, actually a former employee coming back to the city in the street department. And then we had a firefighter that has chosen to remove themselves from the public education team. So we're taking that stipend off of his.
Okay, so that was a voluntary.
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion then that we approve the new hire change payroll report.
Second that. Any further comments, Denny?
No, sir.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Denny. Your next item, travel request. If I remember right, there's only one on there.
Yes, there's only one, and that is our community health coordinator, Michaela Bixler, with the CARES team. She will be going down to Indianapolis for a Kids Count conference in December.
Did she not want mileage or meals?
She's going to be taking her city vehicle.
That's a good
Okay,
question.
all right.
Good.
I like this conference too, I go sometimes, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll make a motion that we approve this travel request.
I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Denny. Park Department, Stephanie, good morning.
Good morning. I would like permission to apply for a grant with the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation in the amount of $7,000. This grant would be used to continue support of our summer concert series. I did apply for a grant with the Indiana Arts Commission. I was approved for that, so we would put that money and my budgeted money together to be able to continue that concert series. So.
Good.
Well, I know the public loves this, so I would move that we give her permission to apply to a grant with Kosciuszko Community Foundation in the amount of $7,000.
I'll second the motion. Any further comments, Stephanie? No? Call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Street Department. Dustin.
Looks like you're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, I know. I got quite a few things here. and
Good
I
morning,
see
good morning, good
decrease
morning.
in bold, yeah, so this is
Like
a
that.
rare event here. Good for you. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so the first item, change order from Fenn and Brown for the reconstruction of Frontage Road and Lake Village Lane. As you remember, this was part of our 2024, one of our community crossings grant for Frontage Road anyway. But the quantity changes resulting in a decrease of $30,285.62. Which will change the total contract price to $163,067.54, with our percentage of this being $81,533.77. As again, this was a 50-50 matching grant for Frontage Road. So good news, you don't often get change orders that are for a decrease instead of an increase, so. Reconstruction of Lake Village Lane, various quantity changes again resulted in a decrease of $11,040.52 there, which would be the total contract price to $155,267.56, which that one is entirely funded by our local funding on Lake Village Lane.
So do we have a match for that? Is that
No,
a 50?
that was not, Lake Village Lane was not part of the grant,
Okay.
just Frontage Road.
So are these two separate decreases that we're approving?
Are they all in the same document?
Maybe I can help. The contract was written with two separate schedules of values to
Okay.
track the project separately. So it's one contract amendment, but we're adjusting the schedule of values for each job separately, just to track the finances.
Okay,
Of
so
them separately.
one motion would cover the entire thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make thank you for the clarification. I'll make the motion then that we approve this change order and this contract.
I'll second that. Any further comments, Dustin?
No, other than the project is now completed, so do some final inspections, but it's turned out very nice.
Good.
Nice.
Call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you. Next item, Frontage Road and Lake Village Road. Dustin.
Yeah, so now the change order's in place. This is the pay application number one, in the amount of $301,080.84 for your approval. Again, this was the reconstruction of frontage in Lake Village Lane as awarded May 17th. So $153,576.66 is for frontage road, which is part of our community crossings grant. Lake Village portion was $147,504.18. Again, this is pay application's been reviewed by A&Z, our engineering firm, as well as Aaron and Fenn and Brown.
So basically, this reflects the change order that we just passed.
It reflects a change order just minus the retainage on there. So we'll have one more final pay application here shortly.
Okay. So I'll make a motion and that we approve the pay application number one from Fenn & Brown in the amount of $301,080.84.
Thank you, Diane. I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thanks, Dustin. Next item. Permission to purchase.
Yeah, so, again, this, here, where the street department's requesting permission to purchase a 2025 Freightliner. It's an M2 chassis, single axle chassis with a 20,000-pound hook lift hoist on it from Pyramid Equipment. There's a Sourcewell contracted purchase in the amount of $161,525. Again, something that we've done the last couple of years is adding these hook lift trucks. These chassis are getting extremely expensive to buy, but then you can use the truck for multi-purpose functions, so. It's
Yeah, I was
helped
just
out
going to ask you that,
significantly.
so thanks for telling me.
Yeah, so this one will end up with hopefully attaching a automated leaf picking system to it, as well as a flatbed that will put a brine applicator on it, a salt spreader, as well as a truck dump body. So we'll, instead of having $750,000 in multiple different vehicles, we'll have, a few attachments, but be a multi-purpose, multi-seasonal, vehicle.
Well, I appreciate the research you do, both to figure out what would be good and can be adapted like that, and also to go through and look at the different options.
Sure, thank you,
with,
thank you.
funding sources. So I'll make a motion that we approve this request to purchase this truck in the amount of $161,525.
Very good, yeah, thanks Dustin for your efforts, also Scott assisting with that. I'll second that motion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it, thank you. Last one, Dustin.
Last but certainly not least, just requesting the board's permission to solicit sealed bids for the remainder of 2024 and 2025 for microsurfacing and crack sealing various city streets. So again, just getting us a new bid price. A lot of the pricing has changed going all over the board here with gas and oil prices going up and down. So again, just to lock in our price for next year and the ability to know exactly what we're going to pay so we can get some of this stuff scheduled and taken care of.
So this has nothing to do with this, but like what temperature does it have to remain at so you can micro seal?
It just depends. I mean, if the pavement temperature is still up around 50 degrees, it'll still, bond. But chances are they're probably not going to be coming back in the remainder of 2024. But at least we'll get that price established for the rest of the year if in case we do get a warm up. I think Monday and Tuesday is supposed to be 75 again.
That's why I was just wondering.
You never know.
Yeah.
If they're close and they have something to do, we can certainly accommodate them. But the microsurfacing and crack sealing has been a huge part of our pavement preservation program. So
Right.
getting those prices and getting them out for bids so we ensure we're getting the best price we possibly can is pretty important for our program.
I'll make a motion that we give our street superintendent the ability to request sealed bids for the remainder of the 24-25 microsurfacing and crack sealing contracts.
Thank you, Diane, I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you.
Justin, thank you, sir.
Yeah, so I submitted for your approval supplemental agreement number 3 for the Center Lake Recreational Trail Project. As we've discussed in previous meetings, and it's been written up in the paper as well, the original plan with the Center Lake Recreational Trail Project was the demolishing the existing pier. There's a number of issues with that pier. Now that we ended up having to carve that demolition out of the original trail project, but now we've identified funds and resources to hopefully move forward with that, demolishing that existing pier. Before you is a supplemental agreement which will enable our consultant that we worked on that project with to pull together the bid documents necessary to rebid that portion of the project. The supplemental agreement is for $10,280. There was a typo on the initial memo, so hopefully you have the updated version with the updated cost on there. So
instead of saying 10,200, it should say 10,280?
correct. So you have the older version.
We
so,
do, yes.
Yep.
Okay,
So my apologies there.
that's fine.
So if a motion is made, we could amend it to that dollar amount. You good with that?
Yeah, if you go down to the actual document, it does have it correctly
It
in
does,
the document.
yes.
And the addition is correct, adding the 10,280 to the previous 166,850.
Yeah, we tried to get that changed yesterday, but it must not
So
have
it's
got
only
through.
the memo, so I don't need
You're
to
It's only
amend
the
it.
you're not
because
approving the
it's-
memo, just the.
The contract is
Okay.
correct. Very good. Thanks for that clarification. I want to thank you, Justin, for your efforts, as well as Larry and Aaron, and working with Dustin, who started this in my office. I appreciate it. And your ability to look in the direction of the entire community, and everybody else assisting. I know Lynn's been looking at this, so lots of hands here, and I greatly appreciate it from my office. So, Diane, any questions, or I know that you were pretty happy with this too. I know
Yes,
that. So.
Yes, it'll be a great benefit both to the environmental situation there, but to the safety of our people that use that area. So I'm very excited to be able to make a motion to approve this engineering contract in a total of $10,280 additional dollars to bring it up to $177,130.
See what happens, Dustin, when you bring up ideas up in my office? I'll second it. I know. I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Yeah, and we just wanted to add one more note. The bids are due next week. So we'll know some of where we're at with that project next week, so. Or 2 weeks from now, sorry.
Might be more promising than what we were looking at in the past too, so we'll see. Yeah, but thank you.
Okay.
Next item.
So before you,
Three, yeah.
So before you have a consulting agreement with the Parking Whisperer, they have been our consultant. They initially were looking at our downtown area with the Hunden study. That was a performance venue study that the KEDCO undertook. They've also worked with us on securing a vendor for our parking services. So we're in the process, this weekend we'll be receiving those proposals from vendors interested in providing us technology to improve our parking enforcement, our ability to issue parking permits in downtown, and just how we regulate parking throughout the downtown for the benefit of the merchants. This item before you is for a contract for that same parking consultant to look at our ordinance. So with the advance in technology that we have, with the abilities that we'll have, we'll also have more abilities to offer permits and different fee structures for our parking downtown. So they're going to look at that. They're going to look at where we have 2-hour parking and where we have free parking and how we model our downtown. So very experienced consultant, and we're really excited at the opportunity to potentially have them revamp our ordinance as well with part of this whole effort to improve the parking enforcement downtown.
Are we also looking at making it multiple choices for people to pay?
Yeah, so there'll be, most of the vendors have a similar pay structure. We don't know exactly what it will look like yet, but a lot of the vendors out there and that we've discussed what our needs are will have an option to pay with their phone. So you'll scan a QR code, or there'll be an app, but usually it's a QR code and you'll be able to pay with your phone. Or there'll be a kiosk where somebody can walk up to if they don't have a phone or don't want to use their phone to pay. So there will be options.
Okay.
And some of them even offer an option to come and pay with cash if you need to. So there are different levels and different options that are available.
I'm glad we're looking at all of those, because we have all kinds of residents that use our downtown, and we don't want them to be intimidated by coming down here.
I really appreciate Diane Justin's leadership. There are many stakeholders out there in the conference room, and this has been many months, and this again is just another step to take a look at our needs and what is the most cost-efficient way to meet those needs.
So I will make a motion that we approve this consulting proposal for the Parking Whisperer in the amount of $9,250.
I'll second that. Any further comments, Justin?
Nope.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Scott?
So Justin, if you could just make sure you get a physical address for this business. I don't see one listed in what's been provided. So just if you can make sure that you have a physical address.
You okay with us approving?
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just a-
absolutely.
okay.
Just,
And I believe we do have one on file.
We should have one, because
um,
if we've paid them money, they're a vendor, and we.
it's a
we've
good
had to send
chance we
them a
do.
check.
I just,
But we'll get it
when
on
I
the-
see letterhead and stuff with.
Out in the, that's a good point.
I just want to make sure we have a physical address for our vendors.
Okay. Thank you, Scott. All right, that'll take us to your last one, Justin.
Yeah, so I submitted this on behalf of the Warsaw Public Arts Commission. They are asking permission to work with Smallbox. It's a consultant out of Indianapolis. They will help the Arts Commission add more structure to what they're doing. So kind of think bylaws and some structure for the Arts Commission in that regard. So the Arts Commission's been developing a more robust program over the years, so there seemed to be a need to add more structure to what they're doing as far as how the members work, how membership works, and all of that good stuff. This will be paid for from donations that have already been made to donations and grants to the Arts Commission. So this isn't city funds. This is Arts Commission grant funds that will be used for this contract.
So we're approving the contract and the money's already there to pay for it in other sources.
Correct.
All right. Sounds like a
It's a
win-win.
good deal there.
All right, I'll make a motion then that we approve the agreement between the City of Warsaw Public Arts Commission and Small Box Consulting Incorporated for the amount of $9,800.
Second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you. No special claims, Lynn?
I do not have any special claims.
We have 12 pages. Yep, we do. Claims docket.
Okay, so George isn't here, so I want to thank our clerk treasurer for helping me look through this and make sure that I'm making an accurate recommendation, and I think we got all questions cleared up, and so I would make a motion that we approve this claims docket as presented.
I will second that motion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Thanks, Lynn. Any other items? Any other items? Good? Any questions or comments from anybody that is here today? Any questions or comments?
Yeah, I just have a comment. So when we were at the Board of Works last, there was the approval of having restricted opioid funds that were being held at the Warsaw Police Department to allow them to be donated or dispersed to K-Code. Currently, I'm in the process, along with Lynn and the Kosciuszko County Clerk and the auditor, and also Dan Hampton with K-Code, and we're trying to work out the correct accounting to get those funds to the right appropriation and have it be distributed correctly so we don't run afoul of the State Board of Accounts. But we're still moving forward with the intent to provide K-Code with funding. We're just jumping through some hoops to make sure it's distributed the correct way.
Thank you for those comments.
I appreciate your work on this. I know there's been some concern, and I think that's great that we're taking that seriously and making sure we do it properly so that these monies can benefit the community.
Exactly. It's always easier said than done, especially when you cross Center Street and you start working with other governments, intergovernmental relations, and Lynn, dare I say, the State Board of Accounts. Appreciate your efforts working through all of that to make it right. Thank you. I can't do it, so I appreciate you guys helping with it. So, anything else? Lynn, good? Okay. Any comments or questions again from anybody?
Well, Oakley would like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. We're adjourned. Have a very good Friday and a good weekend. Thank you.
I know, you like that agenda. Are you leaving? Did he hop up?
Larry, hey, you got the pregame photos yesterday from yesterday? We're gonna have fun, yeah.
It's a practice.
I was sitting there with my grandbaby, watching a Disney movie on the jumbo screen last night. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, they show the same Disney movie